dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
And we're back. Peace and love to all the guys and gals in the high vibrating species on the planet. How we doing, good people? Come on in, man. Y'all come on in, mess with your boy. We got another SCP, of course. Yeah. This one shouldn't take too long, though. You know what I'm talking about? Academates, peace and love to you. I see you. Y'all come on in. Y'all know where we at. Right here. Yeah. Before we even get started here. Jill, got to get our minds right. You know what I'm saying? It actually helps decalcify the pineal gland. Do your research. Yeah. I am not promoting. I do not condone it. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't done it, do not start. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If not, don't even worry about it. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. Yeah. All right, so we have SCP-4054, and that is the seventh door. They claim it's safe, and it's electronic. Now, I was intrigued by the thumbnail, because it looked like an old Nintendo game. Y'all, anybody familiar with the Nintendo game? Yeah. It looked like an old Nintendo game. So I was just curious. Is this a game? I haven't played it. If it is, you know what I mean? I got this thing with a whole bunch of old throwback Nintendo games and Sonic and all types of stuff, man. There's all types of games on that thing, stuff I never even heard of. You feel me? But anyways, so we got the seventh door, and that is equating to the number 4 in numerology, and that is the feminine in energy. Uranus as the planet, and Uranus is just to be quick with it. It's individuality and revolution. Critical thinking, due diligence. Yeah, go. The stone is the labradorite. That's that special stone with all the Caribbean sea colors all in it. When the sun hits it just in the right spot, it just is beautiful stone. Yeah. So that's the planet. We got Aquarius in the 11th house, and welcome to the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing, the age of truth. So get your throat chakra open. I'm talking about, speak some life into somebody's life. Maybe even yourself, that is. Positive energies, hardworking, diligent, punctual, honest, down to earth, exacting, methodical, mechanical, and mathematical talents, disciplined, practical, loyal, and detail-oriented, and so on and so forth. For the negatives, we have dull, crude, moody, violent, harsh, destructive, overly stern, rigid, hateful, insensitive, melancholy, cruel, brutal, slow to make decisions, all of the things that you do not want to be, especially at this time right now. Occupations, TV, radio personality, an aviator, an engineer, computer expert, hypnosis, a farmer, a bricklayer, electrician, printer, occultist, accountant, architect, sculptor, mechanic, mathematician, mason, a janitor, factory worker, and a plumber. And I'm sure there's others. Some tidbits, we got rulership over the odd and unusual buildings. We always in odd and unusual buildings over here, right? Nuclear plants, generators, power stations, mental institutions, radio and TV stations, railway stations, assembly line plants. The colors are electric shades and halftones. The tarot, if you're into such a thing, is the Emperor's card, and that is authority, ambition, and material stability. Symbolize the power of the mind and the social world. Meditate on that last one. Symbolize power of the mind and the social world. And remember, I tell you, it's water for your mind. You know what I'm talking about? It's like water for mind. We may. Yeah. Coming soon. We're gonna do that. Coming soon. All right, academics. I hope you got what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're gonna get to what it is that we do. Shadow Law. Let me swing it. My guy back there waiting on you. Yeah. Get back there. Okay, mates. Let's proceed, shall we? My blue light. Nope. No blue light. Blue light. We in there. I apologize. Bust. We back with the we of course we with the Volgun. Y'all already know.
Good afternoon, everyone.
That is a Nintendo
I'm
game.
Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-4054.
Oh no, that may not be a Nintendo game. That may be actual. I don't know. I don't recall them looking like that. It looks something like a Nintendo game, but it could be to a different type of console. Yeah, 8-track or something.
4. Object Class.
Oh, there it is.
Six.
I'm sorry, y'all. Nintendo Entertainment System. So, it's the NES. All right. If you're not familiar with the Nintendo, go check out some of the games. I heard they got this little stick. You know what I'm saying? Stick. One of the things that I got. You feel me? With a whole bunch of little video games on it. Check it out, man. See the how the graphics went from there to what we got today. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Good old timeline for you. You feel me? Because these joints right here, man, if you don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying, having to slap that thing, slap it down, and blow it out. You feel me? If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Those that don't, you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, we went through things to get some of our consoles to work. Now, y'all ain't really got all them issues. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think I stopped at the PlayStation 4 and really didn't even, it's in there collecting dust. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to get back into it, though, eventually. You know what I'm saying? Get my gaming channel started. So whenever we do that, you know what I'm talking about, I'm definitely going to ask anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, what's a good game to play? You know what I'm saying? Besides GTA. You know what I'm saying? I like role-playing games, Final Fantasy, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, a Nintendo game, let's get it.
Save. Special Containment Procedures. 3 NES, Nintendo Entertainment System consoles, modified to run SCP-4054, are to be kept for testing purposes. SCP-4054 is to be stored on site in a secure locker. Access is limited to level 3 personnel and above. Foundation agents monitoring flea markets, yard sales, and property auctions for anomalous activity are to be briefed on the existence of SCP-4054. Any NES cartridges suspected of being copies of SCP-4054 are to be purchased for examination. A Foundation-operated bot, IO Sauron, is to monitor online gaming communities for discussions regarding the existence of SCP-4054.
Sauron, that's the Eye of Sauron. So they got an eye. See that IO? See how they work it? You know, you gotta watch out. I'm telling you, critical thinking now, you know what I'm saying? And awareness, you know, details. You feel me? Like, good gracious, what did that boy just say? You know what I'm saying? IO Sauron is to monitor online gaming. Is to monitor online gaming. So that's the Eye of Sauron. Y'all, if you don't know who Sauron is, he's the main head honcho in the Lord of the Rings with the big eye, flamey eye, looking for the ring. Yeah. So they got him, his eye, monitoring the online gaming. Don't let this go over your head, y'all. This is deeper than you think.
Joint operation involving Mobile Task Force Mu-4, debuggers, and Mobile Task Force Gamma-5, red herrings, is to be conducted to investigate these discussions and determine whether the participants are aware of SCP-4054. All copies are to be recovered, and action is to be taken to discredit the existence of SCP-4054 as a hoax or urban legend. Any screen captures or videos of SCP-4054 are to be removed or otherwise replaced with doctored images to further perpetuate this narrative.
We ain't going. And the reason why we ain't going, here's one of the keys. I'm just going to give you one, y'all. When something is supposed to be not real, say fictional, it's not going to have that many details. Like it's enough, but when it's almost like this thing is like whoever or whatever's being described, it's almost like we can go and see this place. The guy's right around the corner. I just saw him yesterday. I mean, like, it's a lot of details where I can really break this down, you know what I mean, in increments, and so much going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know they like to say the imagination is wild. People's imaginations run wild, and that's true. And sometimes you should, because you'll stumble upon some answers if you get out there in the ethers and let it run wild, with some control, that is. So it's stuff like this where it's like I'm saying, and I'm speaking for myself here. It's hard for me to really just look at a urban legend, mythos, and not consider some type of truth, when I can look at my real world, real time, and see things that resembles such teachings or such stories, mysteries, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it coming from? That's where I'm like, where is it coming from? And everybody all over the world have the same images and visions and never been? Come on now. I'm just saying.
Description: SCP-4054 is the Seventh Door, an unlicensed platform adventure game released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1988. The contents of each cartridge vastly exceeds the storage limitations of its ROM chip, read-only memory. Extracting SCP-4054's PRG-ROM produces a data file too large to be contained on any currently available device. Because of its limited publication, 300 units, inability to be copied, limited replayability, and incomplete state, functional copies of the Seventh Door are highly valued by vintage NES collectors. The game is also notable for its unique method of bypassing the North American version of the 10NES lockout system. The 10NES lockout system was designed by Nintendo to prevent unlicensed cartridges from operating on their consoles. Each cartridge includes two transistors that function as a voltage inverter. When activated, this component produces a negative charged voltage spike that can temporarily disable early versions of the console's CIC, checking integrated circuit, bypassing the authentication lock and allowing unlicensed cartridges to run. Later iterations of the NES would add a series of 1K resistors, along with diodes and grounds, to prevent this technique from circumventing the lockout unit. However, a defect in this voltage inverter's design causes irreparable damage to the Seventh Door's SRAM, static random access memory, with each successive reset. This produces an increasing number of glitches which will inevitably render the cartridge non-functional. The Seventh Door was shipped prior to completion. As a consequence, several core components of gameplay differ from what is depicted in its instruction manual and box art. The protagonist has no extra lives. Upon dying, all progress is lost. The cartridge resets. All power-ups described in the manual are absent save one, the Hand of Glory. According to European folklore, a Hand of Glory is the left hand of a man who has been hanged for murder. When used as a candle, those who perceive its light cannot approach its holder, which prevents monsters and platforms from moving for 10 seconds. All monsters are absent. Falling into a pit does not kill the protagonist. The protagonist will instead continue to fall off-screen as the game over sound loops. Memory overflow errors periodically cause sprites to load incorrectly. The prisoners use the protagonist's sprite rather than their own. After unlocking a door, prisoners provide no clue regarding the location of other keys. The text boxes are empty. The protagonist dies at apparently random intervals, typically after a period of remaining still. This occurs regardless of whether or not the game is paused. To date, researchers have uncovered several hundred levels beyond the seventh, described in the manual as the final level and the location of the seventh key. These stages consist of vast networks of crypts, prisons, abandoned factories, and empty underground cities. The precise number of additional levels beyond the 7th has not yet been determined, but vastly exceeds the storage capacity of the cartridge's ROM chip. The 7th level does not contain the 7th key. Addendum 4054-1 Video Stream. In 2004, Charles Rogers, an amateur NES cartridge collector, posted a thread at www.openingthe7thdoor.int, a defunct online forum that was dedicated to the 7th door, under the username Inky49. There, he suggested using an NES Game Genie produced in
Inky? Like Inky and Enlil, the Anunnaki? Listen, I'm saying because this just, like I said, the keywords, they jump out at you, and you gotta be, you feel me? Inky49. See, that's even the number we on, y'all. Ain't it? 9. Yeah, 14. So Inky 4. Okay, Emperor. There would be something. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say Emperor. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they them Anunnaki guys are kind of real. But
1990.
I'm actually looking the game up just to see if it's an actual game or if this is, you know what I'm talking about. Because I got 7 doors right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure. And then Nintendo did pop up. But I'm not sure if it's the same game. It doesn't look like it, but I don't know. So that's what I'm doing if you're wondering. I'm listening, though.
The Game Genie is a game-enhancing module that attaches between the NES cartridge and console. It permits direct modification of reference addresses in the ROM of the cartridge via strings of characters or code to directly set the value associated with the protagonist's number of keys to 7. Several days later, Mr. Rogers posted a link to an online video stream where he intended to attempt to beat the 7th door using this exploit. Partway through his run, the video abruptly stopped. A follow-up investigation determined that Mr. Rogers had gone missing. Authorities suspected foul play after discovering several fingernails torn from Mr. Rogers' left hand inside his NES console. No copy of the 7th door was recovered. To date, SCP-4054 has been linked to 25 disappearances. It remains under investigation. Well, what can you really say about this one? I'm sorry, fellow gamers. This one is probably best to stay away from. Anyway, thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Hell no, bro. What kind of game is that? Nah, I don't even want to play that junk for real. He dead ass serious about that. I'm talking about for real. But I mean, hold on, y'all. I just gotta look, you know what I'm talking about? This what I do. This what I be doing. You know what I'm saying? I be hitting them keywords and I be looking. I go and look on y'all. Be like, man, what is it? What is it? One second. So they say it's a haunted video game. Unlicensed NES game. So obviously it looks like alright, so for numerology, we got mechanics, the 7th door. We got mechanic right here. We have an engineer, a computer expert. All of these things are or can be utilized to build a game, right? That's one. It's a similar movement, similar movement schema to Friday the 13th NES. Random notes. inspired to win the game. Okay. The game ends once the player finds the 7th key and uses it to open the titular seventh door. Alright, 7th door is intended to evoke urban legends about haunted video games such as Been Drowned. Okay, hold on, y'all. The 7th door is intended to evoke urban legends about haunted video games such as Been Drowned, Sonic, EXE, and Pokemon Black. However, rather than relying on jump scares or gore, the 7th door seeks terror through a mixture of verisimilitude, paranoia, and unexpected but looming threats to the player. The closest approximation to mood it attempts would be Kill Switch, a classic urban legend about a game that can only be beaten once. The hell? I hope they got some side missions on that mother sucker. You know what I'm talking about? To achieve this effect, the 7th door operates under 3 contraventions. Alright, so unlicensed video game, it's been altered, and it's haunted. Alright, so yeah, definitely a game I don't want to play because I don't want to take any chances. I'm saying I wouldn't suggest y'all play that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So this is basically like some SCP junk, whatnot. Further specs on that junk. It looked like it was gonna be on some real. You feel me? I got it right here. You feel me? So yeah, I had to cop one. I had to cop that. So when we got something that just pop up, I can just kind of slide in and just see what, you know what I'm saying, see what they got. You feel me? Because if we find something, we find something. If we don't, we don't. It's all good. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we definitely intended the electric shades and halftones, the electric shades. So that's like that grayish color in a sense. You know what I mean? And that's at the same time there was that blue. That blue shade that it was given. Powers of the mind. Social world. Yeah. So, in a sense, we actually did get some stuff on it as far as the other individuality. Yeah, right. So these are aspects and things of ways to look at this. So everything, just because the word says this doesn't, I mean, you know, it could take, everything can like kind of branch off and go a different direction. It's like, that's why we say this is our perspective, right? So it's just prospectively looking at it, there could be several different perspectives of how to take some of these keywords, or, you know what I mean? So it's like symbolizes power of the mind. Obviously, this, you know what I'm saying, you have to be strong-minded to even deal with anything that's mimetic, dealing with your mind, right? We got mental institutions right here, you know what I'm saying, like the thing could be like, right? So, yeah, and then the social world, you know what I'm saying, that's a lot of pressure from the social world in social media. It's hella pressure, you know what I'm saying, in these areas. So some of this stuff could like, and not just talking about this one in particular, you know what I'm saying, it's like most of the SCPs that we run across, we actually got a lot of pings, but it's still, if like I say a word, it's like that's practical. It's like, what do you mean it's practical? You know what I'm saying? Everybody wouldn't get it looking at the perspective or how the way they receive that information. So that's why I try to give you 1 or 2 or 3 different takes on this, if I can. But at the same time, we in this together. So if I miss anything, feel free to drop it in the comment section. It's no biggie. You know what I'm talking about? Just let's be respectful. Just be respectful. You know what I mean? And we can do this. You know what I'm talking about? We can converse about all of it. We can talk about it. And if I miss something, you know what I'm saying, or if I miss what the point that they were trying to get across, and I just went a whole different direction with it, that's probably my perspective. Before you just jump down my throat or something, you know what I mean? Kind of ask me, what did I mean by that? And like, I guess timestamp it so I know exactly what you're talking about. And I have no problems explaining my disposition. You know what I'm talking about? But if you disagree, I will say this. Disagree with another, you know what I'm saying? Another take. Can't just disagree and just, now we're just like, okay, so what is it? I don't know, but it's not that. We can't do that. We're not going to do that. So I try to give you something if I can. You know what I mean? I'm not going to force it, and I'm not going to reach either. If something reminds me of something, that's what it is. It just like I said, I would explain my disposition. So anyways, head on a swivel. Look out for video games that are antique, that may, I would say this. If you find an antique video game, no matter what console it is, look it up. Ask AI, ask Google, ask Siri, Alexa, ask some damn body other than yourself if you haven't seen it before. You know what I mean? Before you just pop that in your console. You may unleash some havoc. Okay? And you got to ask yourself, who's really going to believe you? Because it's hard enough that we have a hard time making people, well, not making, but, you know what I'm saying, giving people opportunities to reconsider some of their thoughts of stuff that they do not believe and things that they do believe. Because some things that you do believe in, you really shouldn't. And what they told you to stay away from, you should have been going there to find out why. That's what I did. Okay? So anyways, y'all remember to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected at all times. This will be posted late, seeing that technical difficulties. Like, I don't know. Headphones went this way. Audio box went that way. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay? I'm trying to be hardworking, diligent, punctual, honest, and down to earth, exacting. You know what I'm saying? And they got me over here having to be methodical, mechanical, and mathematical. You know what I'm saying? With how I finesse these videos and how I get them out to y'all. You know what I'm talking about? But I am going to stay steady, loyal to the job. You know what I'm saying? Enduring this shadow law and their shadow ban. But I'm definitely going to be detail oriented. You know what I'm talking about? And I may miss a detail or 3, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? If we got to spin the block, I don't mind doing that too. You know what I'm saying? We in class. This is what we going to do. We going to learn. You know what I'm saying? We're going to learn how to fight. So remember, this is a war for your mind. You know what I'm talking about? Don't let the world drive you crazy. For real. Take authority. You know what I'm saying? Be ambitious. And let's get some mentals, physicals, spirituals, and emotionals stabilities. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that about do us today, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate y'all rocking with us. We shall return. I don't know who block we spinning, but we spinning somebody block. You know what I mean? Eventually I can get this thing back on the 7 o'clock. I think I'm just gonna have to just get all new setup, y'all. So yeah, but anyways, like, share, and subscribe on your way out that didn't know. You know what I'm talking about? If you're new, welcome. You know what I'm talking about? If you're old, which you ain't old, you feel me? Salute to you. We still building. You know what I'm saying? We baby channel this year. I'm thinking we rocking into the next year, 2025. We're gonna be at the top of the channel. You know what I'm saying? We on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate those that's been rocking with us. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious. Peace.